Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another NuubCast. And if there are any ladies watching, what are you doing? Just kidding. We just know how rare it is to have any ladies gaming on the StarCraft. But we know you're out there, and we appreciate your participation in this largely male-dominated field. It'd be really cool to see some ladies getting high up in the GSL. Just to be able to say so. Hey, did you see that girl? She got really far in the GSL. That was awesome. Anyway, I just put a piece of gum in my mouth. And that was probably not a good idea. But anyway, we've got Denrick spawning as the red Protoss here on Lost Temple. Going to be facing off against Saywah. Saywah, who I have seen play I think every race now at this point. Saywah was our original player pool addition. He was the first to submit replay, first to have his replay posted here on NuubCast. And he used to play Terran, and now he's playing Protoss. So we're going to see how he does here with the Protoss and his PvP. PvP, tell you, man, it's weird. The better I get, the harder PvP becomes. I used to win like every PvP because everyone would 4-gate and I would 2-gate Robo and I would have Immortals out and I would kill all their Stalkers and my Stalkers would kill their Zealots, and it was just a fun day. But now, like, everybody's kind of 2-3-gate Roboing, not a whole lot of 4-gates, and this is just getting to be a hard matchup. I've played like 7 PvPs last night, and they were all short games because I got creamed, which is why I played so many of them. Saywah getting his gate out. I do not like this, although, I mean, if it was Zerg, I would say this is dumb, but it's not. It's PvP, so put your buildings where the heck you want. I never guard my gate. Again, another phone call. Forgive me for the interruption. But yeah, like I was saying, PvP, I never block my ramp, ever. But wow, it looks like is that a full block? No, not quite. We are getting the cyber core down. Extra pylons so we don't get blocked off. Getting a second gas, so we are going to see some kind of tech-heavy gas build. And the gas steal, which is always a favorite. Unless, of course, Denrick doesn't care because he's going to go 4-gate and he's not going to get a second gas, then he's just going to leave that there. He's going to build all his tech over here, and this is going to not be helpful at all, except all you're going to see is that he's mining minerals, which is not a whole lot of information. We do see a third gateway, or I'm sorry, so 2 gateways here at the ramp for Denrick. Both players blocking off their ramp in a PvP. It's kind of weird to me. I guess if the other person's going to Zealot rush, then you want to be able to filter those guys on the ramp. But other than that, I don't see any point to blocking the ramp in PvP. I never do it. I build all my buildings real close. If they want to get in, then they've got to sneak in through this area or come all the way around. And by that time, I pretty much got them smacked around. Second gate down, and we're going to see a tiny push here by Saywah, up against 2 Zealots, 1 Zealot and a Stalker, and Denrick also sending out his Zealots into the middle, and going to help out this Zealot, and going to be going right for this Stalker. Saywah going to micro the Stalker. Let's see, is he going to... Nope, just going to run. Not going to try and fight. Not a bad plan, as we see Denrick's probe down here hiding, maybe going to look for a proxy pylon as more and more Zealots come out. This is going to be tough for Saywah to push back. He's going to need to get these guys in here. Oh no, the Stalker gets stuck. He's not going to be able to get back in the base, which means he is going to get lost, quickly die, and now he's getting it from both sides here. A Zealot coming out, and another Zealot coming out, so he is going to be able to hold this off. We have 2 Zealots on 1, and it's going to remain 2 on 1 as this Zealot comes out. Oh, we have 2 Zealots, so it's going to be 1v1 the whole way, and the Stalker's going to be excellent. Going to be spawning 2 range units in to kill these Zealots, and that is going to end this push, I believe. I don't think these 2 Stalkers are going to make it back up. And that is going to be the end of that. Is he going to push with these two stalkers as we see the third and fourth gateway going down and an observer coming out for Saywah? Nope, stalkers are going to back off. They are going to wait. Still holding this gas. Saywah over here in Denric's base. Now getting 3 gateways down. So it's going to be 5 gate versus 4 gate robo. Now that's an odd build. Now we have 4 stalkers and a proxy pylon coming in against 2 stalkers, a probe, a zealot, and a sentry. Excellent. Well, keeps those stalkers at bay and lets the zealot in, so decent force field use there. Didn't quite block it off. So he saved his zealot's life. Observer is out. Are we going to see an immortal? Are we going for something else? All 4 gates finished for Saywah. These 3 gates almost finished for Denric, as we see more stalkers heading out, still getting his gas production held up. As we have this proxy pylon is finished, Saywah does see it with this observer, and we have a second proxy over here with this probe, and 4 stalkers still sitting in Saywah's natural. And that force field just did its job. It just served to push those stalkers away, and that's all it needed to do. Are we going to see another force field on the ramp? No, but Denric did not push. That's actually kind of strange to me. I think he could have probably taken out both of those pylons on that push, but now we've got more sentries coming in, and the ramp is going to get force field, and that's going to be the end of that aggression. Not looking too great. Oh, sorry again. Immortal about to come out for Saywah. Forgive that. Let's see. Red is way ahead in army, although they are dead even in food. I'm going to guess that it must be in probes. Yep. Saywah's got a few more probes out. Another immortal, a lot more food. 5 zealots on 10 stalkers and 4 zealots. And here's that push again. But the force field again, keeping these units out. That immortal up here is going to do lots of damage. Great use of force field, keeping half of this army split off. Going to want to get this guy out of there, because these guys are going to give them vision. And that's going to be too much for Denric, and he is going to be pushed back. But he does have this pylon on here, get more units worked in. So I don't foresee Saywah chasing him out there. As we see, again, the army tab. Now, Saywah clearly ahead by about 10 food, and his army value up as well. Let's go back to the production tab. Denric getting his expansion down with pylon, and he now has a robo gate out, and wonder what he's going to be making out of that. As we see another confrontation out here in the middle of the map. Looks pretty even, but this immortal is going to make the advantage for Saywah. Quickly going to be able to whittle down these armored units, doing 50 damage per shot to those stalkers. Not a fun experience if you're a stalker. But still, we have this gas, this stolen gas from Saywah in the base. Not even going to put a single zealot or even a probe on it to take that out. Moving these zealots out as Saywah moves in to make a play here, but these zealots are going... Oh, they're not going to engage. Oh, they're just going to come out in front and kind of meat shield. I think Saywah is going to have to pull back. Yeah, he is going to pull back. He may even lose this immortal. Because he is a bit slower. He is going to get taken down. Pushing out a probe in hopes of getting the fire focus off of that immortal. But these stalkers out of position, going to get taken out, I think. Most, if not, okay. Gets to save a couple. And they are going to rally back here and hopefully... able to warp in a few more units. Now it looks like things are a little bit more even, but again, are we going to see... no. The sentry gets taken out before any kind of any kind of force field gets to go down, and the hole that was blocked by the stalker going to go down as these stalkers. Now we're going to see a force field down, and